Shad Tubes, Minnow tubes, soft plastic grubs. Get serious about trout and landlocked king trolling with serious soft plastics from the Fish Hunt Shoot Production store. Howdy guys, Cal Kellogg here. This is an FHS shad tube. You know, when trout or landlocked kings are feeding on bait fish, whether they're feeding on shad or Japanese pond smelt, one of the best offerings you can use is either, a shad tube or a minnow tube. Pair them with a dodger, put a little piece of anchovy skin on the hook, and you're almost certainly going to be yelling fish on. All you need to do is get that bait down at the level of the feeding fish or just above them, and they have a really hard time laying off a well-presented tube. So it's not a big surprise that we've been getting all kinds of emails and calls requesting our minnow tube kits. Well, we've been sold out for a while, but I'm happy to report that we are back in stock. Now, these are very similar to the minnow tube kits we have been offering. They are chock full of tubes. You get over 130 tubes in just a broad range of colors. You get hooks, swivels, snaps, beads, everything you need to rig up the tubes and get them behind a dodger. And I've added something very important, something that's going to make your life a lot simpler. I've added rigging needles to the kits. A lot of guys were having trouble getting their leaders through the tubes. Well, we've solved that problem with a pair of rigging needles included in every single kit. Let me grab a needle, a leader, and a tube, and I will show you how to rig these tubes up with minimal fuss, get them behind that dodger, and you're gonna be yelling fish on. Let me grab some stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here's what I went to get. I grabbed the rigging needle out of that set of minnow tubes I showed you a minute ago. I got some 10-pound test Yozuri top knot fluorocarbon leader material. I grabbed a number 8 treble hook out of that minnow tube kit, and I attached that treble hook to the end of the leader using a Palomar knot. In this case, I got about 24 inches a leader, but when you get it behind a dodger, you're gonna wanna shorten that leader down to, 2 to 3 dodger lengths. That's how far you want the tube behind the dodger. If you're using a 6-inch dodger, say, I would go 12 to 14 inches on the leader. But start off with it a little bit long. Here's what you want to do. Take the end of your leader, pass it through that rigging needle. Look at there. I'm not as blind as you thought. I got it. Second try right there. Pull through a good distance of leader material there so you can control everything. And then in this hand, I've got that same shad tube I showed you a minute ago. Take the needle with the leader, insert it through the eye, find the hole in the back of that tube, slide the needle through the tube, bring that needle right out through the nose of the tube, slide it on down the line, just like that. Keep pulling, pop that out. Now put the needle down where you're not going to lose it. That's always good. Now I know you're going to lose at least one of them. That's why I included 2 in the kit. After that, you're on your own. You need to go to the sewing store, but you should be good with a pair of them. Now all you need to do is take that tube, it's like this, work it down onto that hook. You want the shank of the hook inside of the tube, so just keep pulling on the line until you get it positioned inside the tube. Last thing you want to do is just kind of get the skirt where it looks good and uniform, and you are ready to fish. And as you can see, you've got all those hook points inside that skirt. Anything comes nipping at that tube and it feels very lifelike, they're going to grab it and it's fish on. As I said earlier, go ahead and tip one point of that hook with a little piece of anchovy skin. That's going to add some taste, some smell. It's going to make it even more effective. And get that behind a dodger, get it down just above the level of the feeding fish that you're seeing on your sonar, and they are going to jump all over it. Now, if you're interested in getting one of our minnow tube kits, you can go on over to fishhuntshoot.com. It's packed full of realistic bait fish imitating colors, as well as the bright colors like chartreuse, pink, red, green, all that stuff and more. You'll find those at fishhuntshoot.com, and you'll have everything you need for trolling tubes this season. When the fish go deep in the summertime, you're up at Shasta, you're over at Oroville, whatever, you see them down there, they're feeding on bait, rig up one of our 6-inch fisheye dodgers, put one of the tubes, 12, 14 inches behind it, put that little piece of anchovy skin on it, and you are going to have some success. I'm Cal Kellogg. Thanks for all the support. I'm signing off for now. I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube. Thanks a lot, guys.